Hi everybody, it's me, Janet. I'm here to share a new project with you today. This here is kind of a mixture of Prima, dollar store roses, and Tim Holtz. And I think they're quite pretty when they're all done. So this is, this one here, I used the Tim Holtz Distress ink on it. And then I sprayed it with some glimmer mist when I was all finished. And they're absolutely beautiful. Now this one, I didn't put any distress ink on it, nor did I spray it with any glimmer mist. But this one here, I did use the distress ink on the petals and added the glimmer mist to it. So it is quite pretty. And you can make them however you like. For the project, what you're going to need is you're going to need 4 of these Prima flowers, and I'm not sure the name of them because I bought the cans of them, and then I threw out the cans, and I just put all the flowers in here. So you're going to need some distress ink. I used the Dusty Concord on this one, and it's quite pretty. And then I used the Worn lipstick on this one. And I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Broken China on the one that I'm making right now. So you'll need, like I said, 4 of the petals. And if somebody knows the name of those petals, could you just leave a comment and let me know what they are? I'm not sure. And the other thing is you're going to need some, just some rose petals from the dollar store. I just bought this stem of roses at the dollar store, and then I just cut them all apart. And once I cut them apart, they look like this. And then you just take them apart, just get rid of all that plastic stuff, and you'll end up with 5 white petals. And for today's project, we're going to use, so you get 2 of the 3 petals, and then there's a 4 petal, and then there's a 5 petal. So for the project, we're going to use the 5 petal, the 4 petal, and a 3 petal is what we're using for this project. And the other thing that you're going to need for this project is some hot glue, and you'll need the tweezers so you don't burn yourself with the hot glue, and a paintbrush and a pin. That's for molding the flowers. There's all kinds of tutorials out there on how to do it with the pin, but I'm going to show you today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mold these. So I start with the small one, and you're just going to put that into your pen, and you want to get this as small as you can, the first one. So what I've been doing is just molding it like so, and then even take your paintbrush to mold it and get it even smaller. There, that one's good. And then the next one, this one doesn't have to be as small as that one. And you're just going to mold that a little bit smaller. And then you'll do the next one. And these ones here, you're just kind of molding them. They don't really need to be too small. I'm just pinching them at the bottom just to make like a cone shape to them. So once all 4 have been molded, and they look like that, then you're going to take these white petals, and with the distress ink, that's the broken china, is you're just going to take and distress the ends of these, just like that, because then we're going to spritz it with some water. And they're so pretty when they're done. And I find that by spritzing them with the water, it almost looks real. But I suppose that's the look that we want, right? Don't mind the fingers. I have all kinds of ink all over my fingers. I changed my camera view, how I have my camera, and the last one I was out of frame, so I'm redoing it. So once that's done, then you're going to take, and I got a piece of paper towel here, because we're just going to spritz that with some water. And now I need my tinted spritzer. There, that's that. And then you just take your heat embossing gun, and if you don't have a heat embossing gun, then just let it air dry. That'll be fine. And then just dry those. Oops. There. They don't take long to dry. They're pretty thin, so now what you're going to do is, with your hot glue, is you're going to take your smallest petal and you're going to cup that into the next petal. So you're just going to add a little tiny bit of glue onto the bottom, and then you're just going to stick that right into the middle and just push it down, and then hold it for a second, and then take some more hot glue and you're going to put that into the middle of the next one and press down on that. And just hold it for a second, and then you'll take your next one and you're going to put that into the middle. There we go. So now what you're going to do is you'll take the bigger petal and you're just going to put some hot glue in the middle, and then you'll take and just stagger this one, and then just use your tweezers to push that down, and then take your next one and add some glue to the middle. And that's done. And then take your petal and put some glue onto the bottom, and then you're just going to stick that into the middle, just like so, and then just cup that. There. So that's what it's going to look like when it's all finished. And then what you can do is snip off this off of your stems and cut these leaves off. And then just glue these. To the bottom. Oops, where'd that other one go? I cut it, I'm not sure where it went. I had it. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. So just like that. There you go. So that's our project for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and leave me a comment, let me know what you think, guys, and have a great day. See you later. Bye.